How's everybody doing? Let's do some Tai Chi. Allow your feet to touch. You can keep them together or move them as far as 45 degrees from the center. Anything more than that is too much. Anything less is something else. So, and then allow all of the weight from your body to relax onto your feet. So relax your legs so that the weight travels all the way down. And once you fix the bottom, fix the top. So we say grip the feet, fix your feet, and then push the head top up. So like you have two parts of something and you're pulling it from this way up and this way down. And then the next thing I usually say is relax the hips. So if we're pulling something, we want to make sure there's no snags in the center. So relax your shoulders, relax your hips, but keep that head top going up there and feel the weight going down there. And then once your center line is established, take a deep breath. Connect your tongue to the upper palate. And then when we're breathing, we're lifting the base of the torso, the pelvic floor. And then also gripping the feet. Relax and let's do some breathing. Make your feet wider than shoulder width wide, comfortably wide. And then the same thing is if you're going to sit your tailbone like you're just sitting right on the edge of a bench. So with your feet activated, relax your spine. It may feel like your spine is sitting back and down a little bit. But from here, breathing. Keep the tongue connected to the upper palate. And for this one, when we're breathing, inhaling, lift up on the pelvic floor, and on the exhale, allow that area to relax. In fact, you can do the same thing with your feet. So when we're breathing, on the inhale up, engage your feet, your toes, and on the exhale, let everything relax. For those of you practicing for some time, remember all of the other calibration ideas. A half smile is the minimum. So do the same thing with the fingers. When we're inhaling, we're gripping the toes and we're lifting the bottom and we're reaching up. And then on the exhale, we're letting the toes up, relaxing the base. Do the same with the fingers here. Make the fingers powerful, reaching out, extending like you're pressing something up. And then here is relaxed. So use your whole body to do this Qigong. From your toes to your head top, from your fingertips, we can keep the tailbone relaxed. Lifting with intention on the way up. Relaxing on the way down. It's a yin yang. Do two more. When you finish, return back to Tai Chi Harmony. Grip your throat. Connect your feet. Pull your head top up. Relax your shoulders, your hips. connect the tongue to the upper palate, lifting the base, activating the toes. Let's go through a slightly more detailed calibration. Also, with the head top up there, relax your brow and the sides of your head, your temple, all of this area. You can raise your eyebrows or wiggle them. And then relax the area around your eyes. So relax your eyes themselves. You can open your eyes real big and squeeze them real tight. And then when you finish, focus all the way to the horizon. Keep your vision level. We don't want to look down, and we don't want to look up. Relax your face. So the muscles, you can think about relaxing the jaw, the muscles that control the jaw. Allow your nostrils to open sideways to breathe. The sinuses on the inside of your face. Activate the corners of the mouth. Right now I have facial hair so you can't see, but imagine when you see a statue of the Buddha or a picture of the Mona Lisa, the corners of the mouth are activated. There's points, acupressure points there, so we want to keep those. Half smile minimum. Tongue is connected to the upper palate. The teeth are just resting on top of each other naturally. If you feel saliva in your jaw, it's a type of jing. Swallow that. Keep the chin tucked so when we have the head top up, relax the shoulders. By the way, each of you should, at some point when you go into your bathroom to shower, look in the mirror. I worked with an acupuncturist that used to have a mirror with tape across it to see how level, because some of us have, there's a shift. So Tai Chi can help correct that. So make the shoulders level. The chest is hollow. We're not pushing it out. Instead, it's relaxed. Space in the armpit, the elbows, and the feeling of spaciousness in the wrists. There's a space between the hands. We're using the center to support. Relax your back and let gravity do the work. Tailbone is hiding. The insides of the hips is folded this way. There's a bend in the knees. We don't have this straight leg. It's relaxed. Pull your heel in. Pull the outsides of your feet in. Pull the fronts of your feet back. Feel like you can open the bottom of your foot. Even though the top of the feet is active with the tendons, the bottom of it is soft so that energy can travel. Take a deep breath. Relax. Let's do a little bit of stretching, and then we're going to do some X-stepping. We're going to do something a little bit different today. So starting from the top, secure your shoulders into place, and then start making small circles, or start with a very tight spiral. And the whole time I'm pushing up with my head top, so like I'm reaching. And you can be reaching from about the point where your hands are connected. So this whole area is extending up. And then make that spiral expand wider so it's a bigger circle. And then if you haven't, change directions, and start again with a small spiral. And I want you to get in touch with your neck and your shoulders, the base of your head, and feel all of that, and use this type of, you may also find if you do a little bit of turning. The most basic way is just to think of turning a circle. But we don't start turning the larger circle. Start turning with the smaller circle and work your way up to it. Breathing deep. Come back to the center. Do a few shoulder rolls. This is to get the body open So bring your shoulders together as much as you can in the front. Raise them all the way to the top of the circle. Pull them all the way back. Push them all the way down. And remember to breathe. Do you have the body coordination to do the same thing we did on our first Qigong, where you activate your toes, fingertips, lifting the base, pushing the head top up on inhale and letting it all relax on exhale? When you think about relaxing, does it make your stretch or your movement better? Change directions if you haven't already. Pull some from the other way. Make the circle larger. Breathe deep and see if you can relax. And then from here, keep your center line straight. Like you want to pull your shoulder past your ear as close to the center line as possible. Sitting, pushing up, keeping the correct breathing deep. Come back to the center. Take a deep breath, relax. Turning. Here, with this one, breathing, keep working. I'm going to change and show something. When you're doing this one, I want you to keep this center line stable. Don't do this. It's incorrect. Keep this the center. So even if there's power, you shouldn't be wobbling in space, right? It should be centered. And it can be relaxed. Sink your tailbone. Push your head top up. Breathe deep. Check to see that you have a half smile. Let's do something we haven't done. Shoulder width wide, shoulder width deep. Forwards, backwards. Forwards, backwards. Just two. See how relaxed you can make your arms and how much you can pat yourself on the back. I just got done saying we shouldn't have our spine, and then I'm watching myself in the video and my spine is doing this. Keep your spine stable. Let's grip your feet, and then if you know about our square stepping, or if you've seen the class where I have a square connected to the ground, imagine that your hips pressing to each corner. So grip your feet, make your spine straight, breathing, and like you're pressing into one corner of the square, and the other, and then back, and the other corner, and then change directions. Come back to the center. Grip the ground with your feet. Push your tailbone back and away. Relax your spine, your head, and your neck. Let everything hang freely with gravity. Remember to breathe while you're upside down and still activating the toes, lifting the base, keeping the tongue connected. And then when you're ready, grip the ground, unroll your spine and stretch as much as you can, and then relax. Let's do one more of those. Grip, push, relax. Take a few deep breaths while you're upside down. And then when you're ready, grip, unroll, all the way up. Relax. Next one, shoulder width wide, shoulder width deep. Stretch the leg, use support or use a stable external object. Stretch as much as you can, pull that toe up, either looking as far up as you can or pushing your crown as far forward as you can. Breathing deep, step forward, other side, shoulder width wide, shoulder width deep, sink back, stretch. Either facing forward or crown forward, pull the toe up, breathe deep. You can bounce to sink a little bit more and then push forward. Let's do one more sort of warm-up. Some of you may have practiced this one before, but maybe new. So I'm going to start facing parallel to the camera, but I will change. With this one, we're extending and pulling down. There's just basically two movements. Reaching up and pulling down, this. So very much like the Qigong that we started with, but a simpler movement. And by the way, my arms, when they're doing this, it's like a parenthesis shape. They're not going like this. Shoulder is not designed to go that way. Shoulder is designed to make this sort of like what we were doing earlier, this turning. There's no linear. We are not plastic action figures that have a seam right here. Instead, this moves more like a swivel this way. So our arms make the shape of a parenthesis, right? And that, we can see that when we're doing this. Even here, that will be visible. But now for this one, we're going to use power, right? In Tai Chi, so far everything's been a Dao Yin today, very soft, but we're going to use power. So grip the ground with your feet, breathing, and then here, activating your fingertips. So your whole fingers, like you're extending power, right? If you see the back of my hand, there's tendons. You can relax the muscles, but use the tendons to activate Qi all the way to the end. Breathing, and then look at my feet. You see my toes? On that, when my hands are up, I'm full inhale, and then I grip, sink, power. Very much like the first Qigong we did. Everything's relaxed now on the inhale, but on the exhale, grip your toes, extend your fingertips, lift the bottom, and then relax. Everything's soft and light, and then exhale. Floating up, locking to the ground, extending power to all the extents. Relax everything. Power also goes to the head top and to the bottom, and to the front and back, Dantian and Mingmen. Relax, power. So the way I was taught is, imagine when you're doing this, if any of you have a cat, or if you've ever seen a big cat, a lion, leopard, something, they have claws. So expand and then activating your feet, gripping your feet and your fingers. So like you're either clawing at something, or you can imagine cheetah runs very fast, right? They can run as fast as an automobile. So making the breathing match, fully relaxed, fully inhale, power. Let's do one. I said this would be an interesting class. Let's do one more. Make your feet shoulder width wide. This is one of my goals, is to get us into a state of body relaxation today. So grip your feet, relax your shoulders, sink your tailbone, and then like we make this circle here, and if we just bring it here, and then flip the palms this way. And pull the head top all the way up, sink the tailbone all the way down. Relax the hands, bring them up, and then push. So my teacher would say, imagine you have a drum in front of you, and you're going to play the drum this way. So relax, and then extend the arms. Relax, press. So pull the head top up. Keep the head top up there. Relax the shoulders. We don't want vibration to go to the head, right? So when you're doing the power, you shouldn't see your vision wobble. If you can see yourself in a reflection somewhere, make sure your head doesn't. And this again is a Tai Chi, Yin Yang. Relaxed on the inhale, and then we reach the exhale, the apex. And this, just like the punches in Tai Chi when we talk about Shui, Banlan Shui, right? And Tai Chi is called Tai Chi Chuan. Chuan sometimes translated as fist, as boxing art. The punch is only solid for just the moment of impact, and then relaxes, going back to be natural again. So the same with this. When we're doing this one, when we inhale, it's completely relaxed, and the pressure is increasing right to the moment of impact, and then we go back to relaxing again. So if we did it as if I was being very forceful, but I did it in slow motion, here, breathing, inhale, and then the power is increasing to the point, and then completely relaxing, right? We can use this one to practice a Fa Jing when we have something pressed. This same type of power coming from the center. But we're going to use it for something different today. You can use it also to align your structure. Now let's do the same thing differently. Pressing, relaxing, pressing, relaxing, pressing, relaxing, pressing. There's no time to turn the palms. So here, if we need to have the drum and hit the rhythm quickly, one of the main things I want you to watch is this structure from my wrist to my elbow doesn't change. My hands may move, but it's as if they're on a mechanical point here. Your arm shouldn't be flopping all over. It should be very regular. So breathing. There was one student from the class in Westwood that used to call this the baby bouncer. Keep working, keep breathing. Because if the head top is up there and our feet are connected, for any of you that know what these, it's like a sort of cage and it has springs and it has like a plastic seat, and the baby sits in the seat and can bounce around, but they can't really exceed the cage. This is the same feeling we should be having while we're doing this. So keep the head top up, power is going up, and the same, power, relax, power, relax. So there's a type of structural. Keep working. This is a weird one. I don't teach this one. I actually don't teach this one very often at all. But if you relax for a second, take a deep breath. If you have a structural misalignment here, this one for me, when I first started working with TC, he had me doing this one because I had my collarbone was deformed from, I used a computer for many years, and I did this for a while, and when it started to open up, it was actually a little bit painful. I thought, oh, I did damage, and then I could see in the mirror and I could feel later my structure was improved. Okay, let's do some Tai Chi. Let's start just with the first section, just so that we can get back into something that we know, and then we're going to move right into the third section. Take a space to the right. Bring your head top up, relax your shoulders, relax your tailbone, grip your feet. Breathing deep, look all the way to the horizon. Hollow your chest. Fill your core, your dantian. Sink your tailbone. Breathing, grip the ground. We're going to open shoulder width wide. Full inhale. relaxed exhale. And then expanding back into Tai Chi, Chi Chi. Breathing. Right, grasp the sparrow's tail. Step forward. Ward off. Breathing. Left, grasp the sparrow's tail. Step forward. Ward off. This is called rollback. Turn 90 degrees. Join the palms together, pressing to the center, due north. Push. Left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal. Split. Hook. Square step. Waist turn. Single wick. Breathing, turning back to the north. Split. Brush. Roll up. Roll down, turning 90 degrees. This is crane, opening the wings. Play the heart. Press to the center. 退步，外护两次，收尾琵琶，罗西，看上 brush knee, C-step, press, brush knee, C-step, press, holding the moon in the chest. Bottom lunge way. Corner. Parry. Punch. Corner. Parry. Punch. I'm going to move. One more. Corner. Line. Shui. Rufon. Sui. Return tiger to mountain. Facing north, right, left. Bring the feet together, left hand on top. T-step, right hand on top. Square step, palm press to the center. Breathe deep, roll back. Join the palms, press. Push. Left, glance right, double press. Horizontal split, facing east, hook. Turn back to look at the moon. Ballet's fifth position. Left hand blocks, right hand covers, left hand spear fist. Looking at the moon. Repulse the monkey. Bowing hook. Number 3. Share of faith. This is diagonal flying. Shoulder bump. Ward off. Kneel at the bottom of the seat. Sen Kombe. Turn. Block. Punch. Kick. Turn and chop with fist. Lan. Shui. Keep your head top up. Di Bouva. Shang Bu. Li. Press. Push. Look left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal split. Hook. Side whip. This is cloud hands. Yin Sao. Sometimes translated as waving hands like a cloud. Other times translated as waving hands through the cloud. One more on each side. Yin Xiao. 3 of 3. Hook. Corner whip. This is reach over the tall horse. We looked at this last week. Step forward, turn the wheel, kick, avoid, catch, turn the wheel, kick, turning to the east, scoop, brush, press, brush knee, C-step, press, brush knee, straight step, punch. Rock step, turn, block, chop with fist. Square step, lan. Shui goes right to the center. Zhou left deflect. Kick. Breathe deep. Roll back. Big roll back. Stamp back to embrace a tiger. Breathing deep. Big roll back. Embrace the tiger. Left foot steps behind the right. This is called searching for the moon in the sea. Brush. Winds go in the ear. Right foot steps behind left. Pull with the left side. Kick with the left side. Turning. 1, 2, 3 steps. Pull with the right side. Kick with the right side. Turning back to the west. Block punch kick. Lan. Shui. We're going to continue right into the third section. Rufon, turn your waist. Sleek. Embrace tiger. Return to mountain. Left hand on top, right foot to the center. Right foot T-step, right hand on top. Palm press to the center, facing south. Breathe to roll back. Press. Push. Left. Glance right. Double press. Horizontal. Split. Breathing. Hook. This is side whip. I'm stepping parallel. Wild horse shaking its mane. Number 1. Cover the shoulder up through the center. Wild horse Shaping is main number 2. Breathing. Sink, cover, come up through and expand. Sink into your feet, breathe deep, roll back. Press. Push. Left. Glance right. Double push. Split. Hook. Side whip. This is Yu Yan Chuan So. 4 corners, number 1. Looking first, step, open, turn, press. Corner number 3. Step, press, corner 4, looking first, turning, press. Chu B, square step forward, G, on. We're back to the main course. Look left, glance right, double press, horizontal, split, hook. I'm going to move back to center camera. This is snake creeps down. Coming back up to center, Jinji Duli on the right side. Step and Jinji Duli on the left side. Just like the second section, repulse the monkey. 1. Breathing. 2. 3. Sherfei is the same. Needle at the bottom of the sea uses the other hand. Santon Bay. Turn, block, chop with fist. Square step. Lan. Focus power. Shui. Keep your head top up. Sink your tailbone. Bi Bu Hua. Same as the second section. Change step. Breathe deep. Roll back. Li. Ji. An. So. Yo. Pa. Shuang. An. 靠猎手摇手汉荡眼. This is bow hands in the third section. From here, hook, corner whip, shifting back, the right hand covers, the left hand comes in from underneath, snake spits out its tongue, turn, here we have pull right, kick right, cross kick, square step, brush, brush knee, punch, half, fold knees, change step. We are almost at the end of the third section, so you can breathe deep. Ji. We look left, only glance right. Double press. horizontal, split, hook. The last one was parallel, this one goes to the corner. This is the second snake creeping down, except this time when we return, we step up to 7 stars. We're going to turn 90 degrees to the north for Xuan Sen Huahu. Ride a tiger. Just hang in there, we're turning 180 for the lotus kick. Open the bow to shoot a tiger. Block, punch, kick, square step, lan. Shui, I know some of you will be happy to hear Ru Feng. Si, turning. Return tiger to mountain. Block. Split fist. Bring everything back to the center for He Tai Chi. Take a deep breath. Okay, that took about 18 minutes. I didn't time anything with a stopwatch or officially, but it's moving fairly quickly. I apologize for anyone that's new and learning the form. This is probably it's a lot of material, maybe too much material. But if you're experienced, I want you to see you can practice the whole form in 18 minutes. So, in fact, that's what we're going to cover today. Is we're going to talk about. I think the next thing that we're up to. We did Jinji Dali. We talked about the meaning, some meanings for Jinji Dali, and we talked about the second needle at the bottom of the C is the other hand, right? Because both of those are spawned from a ward off. So on the first one, somebody grabs this wrist, and we want to circle their wrist in a way that they can't grab and keep coiling. And in the second one, they grab this wrist. So the same thing. We're going to make a movement that their geometry can't follow. And I believe the next custom movement that's not, the rest of these have been explored somewhere else in the form, is in the third section is called snake spits out its tongue. Sometimes, I think in TC's translation, white snake flashes its tongue. So we're facing north and we have hook. And then we step to the corner. We have single whip. And from this, we don't actually want to stop here. This is one where it likes to be continuous with the next one. So once I do this movement, I'm going to continue into the next one. Let's practice a few times. Square step, and then this right hand crosses over and this left hand is down here. So hook, single whip, and then shift back. The right hand covers, the left hand comes down here. From hook, single whip, shift back, snake, flashing the tongue. Let's practice a few more times in that way, and then I'll change directions. Hook, single whip, cover, snake, flashing the tongue. What if I face this way to start? So I have hook. My square turns to the south this way. Cover. Everything is to the center. I'm blocking what's here. I'm using that to push over to get the tongue. What if I change directions? What if I start facing this way and I turn? This one is always a fun one to add some fa jing. We have practiced making power earlier, having that snake. By the way, when we do this, the fingers are structured, and they're strengthen each other, and just like we said with the other exercise where we have these tendons activated in the back, you can have the pads of your hands soft. You want that front to be soft, but you want the back to be active, right? So in Bagua, like a green dragon that's growing its claws, stretching its claws. To actively grow those, the tendon on the back has to be active. Okay, where were we? Snake flashes its tongue, turning, shift back, forward. What if we wanted to analyze this from hua na da, avoid, make contact, and advance? The first one, hook, is its own movement. Single whip, avoid, make contact, advance, can be its own separate movement. So from here, shifting back is the avoid, the right hand is the cover, make contact, and this left hand is geared up for the da, for the attack. So when we step forward, or we can move with a follow step. They're all correct. Hook, turning, single whip, shift back, cover, snake flashing his tongue. So your opponent has some weapons, right? Maybe fists, maybe there's something else. The goal is, after we're here, from hook and whip, we're exposed, we're open. So we have to shift and cover that space, and then come back through the center here. If we look at this, we see a Tai Chi symbol emerging. Relax your shoulders, just use your elbows to do the turning, right? Like we do grasp the sparrow's tail left and right, like they're propellers on a plane. The same thing with this, from hook and whip, turn, cover. What if I face this way, from hook and whip? I'm going to turn and cover, and then press. So that's for the Taiji form, that's too fast. But for real martial art, it's, you may want to go even faster, make those circles smaller, right? So that they can turn faster. So from hook, single whip, shift back, cover, spear fist right through the center, snake flashing its tongue. We're not going to cover it today, but the next movement we actually do at the end of the second section. After this, when we turn, this is just like when we do that thing going to the southwest. We pull and we kick, but the next one is different. It's cross kick, this thing. So we'll get into that next week. So there are a number of specialty or custom movements that don't appear elsewhere in the form. The one that we just looked at today is very simple. Anyone not know what this means, right? The meaning of this one should be very, very straightforward, right? Snake flashing its tongue. Almost in the second section, right? After the first section. When we turn back to look at the moon, if you watch, it's very similar. Right hand covers. But this one is meant for turn back to look at the moon. The moon is we're dealing with an opponent that's taller than us. So we may want to be pointing towards the moon, right? Towards where the person is. This one, snake flashing its tongue, is going straight to the center, right? Turn back to look at the moon, going up, dealing with taller opponent. So even this, but now we have the step and turn back to look at the moon. We just have this, either it's a Bagua multi-step, or we do, earlier I referred to it as ballet's fifth position. So if you're a ballet person, they have this thing where they put their feet back to back. I'm not a ballet person, as you can see. Turning, cover. But in the next one, we have in the third section, we have the footwork that goes with it. Questions, thoughts, comments? We just have a few minutes left. Let's practice that a few times. But now what I want you to do is relax. Just do it for fun. Don't think about How many here is stressful to learn Tai Chi? This is effort. This should be fun. You should make it fun for yourself because it's open source material. So maybe I need to present something more fun. Hook. Step to the corner for corner whip. Relax and just turn your body. Like if you have a center. Turn. Cover. Step to the corner. Single whip. And then use that momentum to block and cover with this one. And step forward. The power here, I don't know if you can see it on my carpet, is like a curly Q, right? Like the shape of the end of a Q-tip, right? We have here, turn, cover, power going out. So we want to keep all that momentum going from one to the next. Hook, square step, cover. And the next one, we turn, we're turning 180 to the other direction, right, to do something like that. Let's close if no one has questions. Take a nice comfortable stance and then calibrate yourself the best that you can. Relax your shoulders, relax your hips. Pull your head top all the way up there, connect the tongue. Relax your whole face, relax your whole torso. Relax everything from your lower back down to your feet. And then we're going to breathe. So reach all the way out. Check to see that you have at least a half smile as the minimum. Do the same thing. This time on the inhale, grip your feet, extend your fingertips, lift the base of the torso, and then on the exhale, relax. So gripping like you're scooping the air with power, and then just let it softly compress to the inside. Grip. Lift, expand, inhale. And then relax. Grip your toes, power to the fingertips, power to the head top. Relax your tailbone, breathe all the way in, and exhale. We're going to do a few more of these. By the way, for the breathing, you can inflate all the way. You can fill up your gas tank way over the top. But when you exhale, when we reach this phase, don't ever run out of air, right? Don't run out of gas. That's too much. So on the top, we can inhale all the way. And there's been lots of writing and teaching about this type of breathing, Ujjayi breathing, where we're filling up to the top. But my point is, in Tai Chi and Kung Fu, Qigong, we don't ever want to, we're only exhaling to the maybe 95 percentile. Like when you're driving around in your car, and you see the gas or the electricity is low, you don't let it get down to the last one before you fill it up. The same thing. Because being too compressed, incorrect. Do two more. So gripping just the tendons, relax your muscles. We can make a powerful shape, still relaxed, and then keep the structure soft. When you finish, return yourself back to Tai Chi Harmony. Let's do a little bit of mind work. Move where you think your consciousness is into your dantian, into your belly button. Grip the ground so that your body is very stable. Now imagine with your mind inside your belly, the eyes are just a periscope, seeing up from out. So allow those to relax. You can think of closing the eyes part way. You can think of closing them all the way down to 99%, but we leave them open, just like the Tai Chi symbol has the dot. Check to see that you have a half smile. Breathing in, imagine all the chi, all of the ideas, everything from today going into the center. Like a magnet or a whirlpool. You can think of it as an energy field, anything that your imagination can create. And it's not limited to this space. The size can be larger than your house. The center of it is right here. Breathing deep, smiling to that inner right here. Take a second to smile to yourself. Internally, have a gratitude practice for yourself. Giving thanks. Even if it's begrudgingly, that's okay. You have to give thanks. Then move that area up into the center, your chest. Right into the middle of your heart chakra. Smile to your heart. Take a second to give thanks. If you're here, it means it's working. And imagine you can relax your heart. It's a muscle. So the same way we talk about flexing and relaxing muscles, send the signal with your mind presence in that center chakra. It's okay to relax. And then one more time, move your mind up into the center. You may find some Taoist text call this very center of the brain the mud pill palace. That's some deep Taoism. But for now, smile to your brain and internally have that same gratitude practice. You're learning something complex like Tai Chi. Smile to yourself, smile to your brain. Move everything back to the Dantian. Take one long last deep breath. Call text. Right.
I needed this one today, Brian. Thanks.
Yeah, I wanted to change it up a little bit, so I hope that
Good stuff. And my question is about the next move, so I'm definitely looking forward to next week's class.
Great. Okay, cool. Well, I will see you maybe before then, but maybe then. Awesome.
Yeah, I got enough questions for you.
Great. Feel free anytime. I think they're beneficial.
I know. I need to start collecting them and just sending them to you. Yeah, but I will. Thank you, Brian. Take
awesome.
care.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Cheers.
See ya.